So on a rather very busy day, I think, which is the National Public Health Dentistry Day. I think ever since morning, all of us have been engrossed in various departmental activities, and accordingly, we've had a lot of occasions. Unfortunately, of course, this year we've had to do everything online, given the COVID situation. But I think what really stands out resolutely is the dedicated will and vision of all public health dentists, be it the teachers, or be it the budding postgraduates, or even the undergraduates, who come together collaboratively to work towards a better oral health for our country and across. So, in regard to that, we just like to take a moment and salute the spirit of all the frontline health workers who are helping us battle this COVID crisis. And I think really heart goes out to all of them. Again, condolences to the ones who we've lost in this battle, be it anyone near and dear ones or family members or anyone being struck by the pandemic. So our deepest condolences for them. And on occasion of the National Public Health Dentistry Day, that is today, June 19th, 2021, gives me immense pleasure to welcome our keynote speaker, that is Dr. Vamshi Krishna Reddy sir, to our panel. I think I don't really need to give an introduction to everyone about Vamshi sir. Now, I'd like to make this declaration that by far he has been the most I could say inspirational and the beacon of guidance for all of us. Someone who you can walk up, you can ring and bother at any point of time, and his heart goes out to the specialty as for the upliftment across the country. So I'm sure most of you all here again would be here to know very interesting facts, and today we are fortunate that we got hold of the Secretary of IAPHD at least towards the end of the day. I think what a better way than to have this Public Health Dentistry Day by having a direct conversation, a casual chat, a rendezvous of sorts with our Secretary sir. So welcome, Vamshi sir. Welcome to the panel. PhD 101 is extremely happy that you took out time for the session today, and you're here. And many people are eagerly waiting to hear from you, your thoughts. And accordingly, all of us here are eager to hear from you. So welcome, sir. Welcome board to PhD 101.
Thank you so much, Zenji. Wishing you all a very happy National Public Health Dentistry Day.
All right. So let's just wait. And yeah, I think people are joining in. Okay. So we'll do have the question answer sessions and everything. Now, just a little bit about why we're doing this and what we'd be, planning out to cover out in this session. So, just at the outset, I think public health dentistry in itself, as a discipline, as a subject, has evolved over the years, right? So, I think no other department has undergone so many transformative changes through the years, starting from the nomenclature, something which started as preventive and social dentistry, and a lot of us studied community dentistry, our seniors, and batchmates of mine, all of us, when we read it, it was preventive and community dentistry, and now public health dentistry. So when you look at the advent of our specialty, okay, so we have a lot of eminent people who we have to thank for a specialty having reached this position, especially with the burden of responsibility. All the stalwarts from the founding fathers to all the IAPHD life members and the present ongoing batch of teachers who continue to carry the flag forward for our specialty across the country. So I think our specialty here is, as I would say, at a very important confluence. Now, confluences would be, you can call it crossroads or anything of that sort. So we have a few experiences to reflect upon. Then when we talk about the specialty as a whole, there are some issues, some concerns, and how do we take this forward? I think by far we are at the most important point of time in the evolution of our subject as a whole. Okay, when you talk about the evolution of public health dentistry, Okay, whatever changes it has noticed, and it'll be really nice to start off this journey with a casual conversation. So, Vamshi sir, I think with your permission, I have a couple of questions lined up. So I think we'd like to take this and go think. All right. So before that, I think we have all our participants. I think quickly, if you can all put on your videos and quickly say hello here. We'd really like to see all of you all. I know it's been a tiring day. Okay, I can see Anuradha ma'am here. Okay, lovely. So the whole idea is to bring together so many wonderful teachers. Okay. Okay, good evening. Good evening. Hiramat sir is here. Manjunath Puranik sir is here. Avinash sir is here. Okay, a lot of teachers, everybody. I think it's so nice and warming to see all of you all connect from various parts of the country today. And I think this would be like official meetup. Probably in real time, if we had a conference, we'd all meet up evening for the banquet. This is sort of happening a virtual conversation. I think this is a wonderful moment for all of us here. Again, of course, we do have a lot of teachers here and postgraduates here, a lot of faculty members who occupied. All right. So let's take a moment here and just wait. Quickly, everybody switch on your cameras. Let's just see and wave out. Okay, I'd like to request Dr. Hiramat sir for certain opening remarks. Hiramat sir, yes, please.
Good evening, everybody. I'm very happy. And on this particular special day, I would like to wish everyone happy Public Dentistry Day and wishing all the best for all your activities, Dr. Renji. And I'm very happy to see Dr. Vamshi, the Secretary of the IAPHD, who is a very active, very energetic person and taking forward the task of the many activities of our association and the subject. And wishing you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I think when we have someone like Hiramat sir leading us all, I think it's more than heartwarming for all of us to notice the changes. So thank you so much, sir, for those opening remarks. Okay, quickly, I think if I could go on to the rest of the teachers here. I think we have a few eminent teachers who've joined in here. I think Anuradha ma'am is here. Anuradha ma'am, how was your public dentistry day been?
Actually, we are in lockdown, so we are also at home, but we conducted some things and all. But I have to say one thing very special is today. It is actually a very special day because I have been here from first day we celebrated, first conference celebrated, and today to see the enthusiasm and having Vamshi there and you there and Hiramat sir there, it's something great for me. Now I remember a historic day in my life. So congratulations to all of you. And I'm very, very happy that we are celebrating it as a festival. I told my mother the same thing. So congratulations to you all. And sir, thank you so much for you being there.
Then the Bali sir is there.
Yes, respected Bali sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. It's so wonderful to have. Could you please unmute? Yes, sir.
It is historic. You please click on nice pictures of all of us together. We'll never get this again.
Yes, good evening, Bali sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good evening.
Sir, namaste, sir.
Good, namaste. Good to see you, everybody.
Sir, yes, sir.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Yes, sir, same here.
Okay, good. And good luck for your conference.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think I'll have a small question for respected Bali sir. Sir, would you like to share some thoughts on how all this began? I think some memories back then, the beginning years of our specialty, sir. A few words from your side.
Yes. In 1969, 67, when I came from States after my master's, I wanted to have association which is our own, because usually we had our other conferences, Indian Association and so on. So I wanted something to start here, and that was in my mind on the lines of American Association of Public Dentistry. So therefore, all the time I was thinking how to do it, because we were not, we don't have the numbers. And we needed at least 11 persons to start the association. So in 19 in 1973, or a little earlier, I could motivate many persons, particularly 11 people who could join me in having the association. Therefore, I went to Bangalore and collected all those people. You know very well who are the persons. And that's how we started this. And Dr. Shankar Radhya, was one of the motivating factors. I asked him that we must start the association and we must have our own conferences every year. So he was the secretary, and I was the president, and then we started it, and then we have never gone back. And in all these associations, we saved money, because without money you cannot run the show. So we saved all the money, and as you know now, we are very well off as the association. So when I see all of you in the association, I feel so proud and so happy that this association was started, and we have our own conferences all the time, and all the all the seminars and so on. So this is what I can say about it. Okay, and good luck for future also. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think those were really memorable and historic words. I think coming from Bali sir, who has witnessed the inception, in fact, the beginning of all good things, as they say, right? With well-intentioned motive and a common shared vision. I think we have come a long way from the most senior faculty members, starting off the association as a group of committed. I think what really grew in size and proportion was the dedication to work for the community. And as aptly endorsed by our Indian Association of Public Health Dentistry, I think caretakers of the smiles in the society. So all of us have come together, and this is in fact a day which cannot be more relevant. And I'm really happy that Dr. Bali sir shared his comments and thoughts on this. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I think I'd like to request Dr. Manjunath Puranik sir to please chip in and address the gathering, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Denzi.
Yes, sir.
It's a very eventful day, and I thank you so much for making us into this. Otherwise, I'm fortunate to be there with this association and specialty, especially with the association since its inception. I joined in 97. By the time the association was just begun, about 4 or 5 years. So I had a privilege of meeting all great people. So what great fortune we can have. The president of DCI is our president. And similarly, the secretary of our association is our teacher. So similarly, we had a lot of people in our association who held great posts in the society as well as associations, and they were always there to guide us. So it's a great association, and people have worked selfless. And the way the association has grown in last 25 years, I think it's mind-boggling, and we have a long way to go. So all the best. Anyway, it was a very nice thing to be there with Denzi once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on this. Indeed, it is a momentous occasion, and like the same, there is a little bit of everyone's effort in this cumulative process. So thank you all so much. I think I'm really out of words that this is, I think, a wonderful virtual meetup for all of us, from the senior most to all the junior faculty. So we have all teachers and students and everyone, though ours is a very small quote unquote association compared to the rest of the specialties. We do believe in putting forward and setting us example, which is very distinctive of our nature of sorts. And because the foundation of our specialty lies in collaborating and working for the community, I think it starts from all of us, right, in each of us. And that itself sets a very good precedent for a lot of things to work. In fact, it motivates the students and inspires them to work in this direction. So all of us have a certain, I would say, responsibility in our own timelines of history. So keeping in that, I think I'd like to welcome everybody to this session of Rendezvous series. The whole idea today is to have a viva voce for our secretary, Daya PhD. That's what Vamshi sir would address this as. So I think quickly, I think we can have your questions. I think we can start off the session for today. So welcome everybody else. I think those who've come in late, please do catch up on the rest of the evening today. So we have a rendezvous session with Vamshi sir with a couple of questions. Some out of syllabus questions are also there, sir. I think that is a little bit of bouncer questions. Apart from that, we do have a special musical performance. One of our students, she'll be doing a musical medley for us. So sit back, enjoy, all of you. Relax. I think all of you have been working for the departmental activities since morning. So that's the reason we wanted to schedule this in the evening. So we can have a Q&A session again in the middle of the session and towards the end. Okay. So thank you so much, everybody. So I think quickly, let's start it off. Vamshi sir, are you ready for the barrage of questions? All right. Okay, fine. So yes, sir. Now, to start off this whole process, you, someone who's actually started off as a regular student, as anybody else from your college days and everything, what exactly were your inclinations towards the subject of public health dentistry? Like when you were in your UG days, and how did you nourish it further?
Hi. Okay, I used to be a very ordinary student when I was doing my undergraduation. And to be honest, there was not much inclination for me towards the public health dentistry till I reached the final year. So the basic study that was going on in the college and all, and there was interesting exercises that was given to me during my undergraduate student times. One of the project those days that was given was as a part of the finance in dental care. The first assignment that was given me was to build a private dentistry, private dental clinic financial model. So that created little interest in me. I started working on it. I did really good at that point of time. And then after the college, I started doing my internship in Government Dental College, Bangalore. That is when there was a worm started running in my head. I want to be a public health dentist. So I was doing internship there. I used to see Dr. Hiremat sir. I mean, very rarely I spoke to sir during the my internship time, but I was always with the postgraduate students of public health dentistry. And I was actively participating in all the outreach activities. And they are part of some national health programs that were going on in the institution and in Bangalore at that point of time. I traveled together and I cultivated the way the system was running in the department. It was the most disciplined department in Government Dental College in Bangalore at that point of time. Under the charismatic figure, Dr. Ramanand Shetty was the principal and dean at that point of time, and Hiremat sir was there. That's when it ran into my head. Since then, there was no plan B for me. I decided myself I will do public health dentistry, and I joined public health dentistry. So there was a peer pressure from my family that you choose some other branch. So I was never. So there was extremely demand at that time. There was, when I started doing PG, there was only 20 plus seats in the entire country. Only 8 institutions were offering postgraduate in public health dentistry. Yeah, that moved me and joined public health dentistry post graduation.
So, sir, as you described, all of us are a result of circumstance. Now, when you interacted and when you had a lot of opportunities, thankfully, because you were at the right place at the right time, and then you could start your sensitization towards community learnings. Could you explain, could you describe some of your 1 or 2 personal experiences when you got in touch and how much that we are in a position to impact? So positions of impact, it can be a little camp experience. It could be any street play or a skit or anything. Anything during internship, which most of them would relate to.
Yeah, especially during internship, the outreach activities where we are doing, that was initial days as a part of the curriculum. There used to be you need to talk, give a health talk. So me being the regional background of Telugu, I can speak very good Kannada and local languages. And I was trained under the PGs of Public Health Dentistry Department of GDC Bangalore. I gave very fluent uh, uh, health talk in a regional language. So why I'm making it as a point, we need to learn the regional languages so well. It creates a very good impact in delivering the message to the community. That is one point during my undergraduation which I have realized.
Okay. So importance of course, communication, and we do work on a lot of these skills for students. In fact, to train them and to become effective communicators. Like we say, everyone can talk, only few can communicate. So this skill is very critical to the development of that. Now, after you decided, okay, that I would take this up, and then you enrolled for post-graduation, uh, how was your PG learning experience? Like, there would be some moments of realization. Did you feel like, have I made the right choice or not? Were there any uh, moments of self-doubt or self-realization? Yes.
No, there was no question of doubt about it. I was extremely happy. I wanted to join public health industry. I literally fought at my home to join this specialty. I never regretted, at least in my, even today and even during my 3 years course of post-graduation. Let me tell you, during my post-graduation, I am very happy that there used to be 3 professors for me at that point of time, at a time in country where availability of faculty was so scarce. So under my principal and my HOD was Dr. Sheikh Haider Ali, the founder member of the association. Dr. Pushpanjali and Dr. Srivas was there. So during post-graduation, there was a point of time during post-graduation, I mean, the 3 professors became 1 professor for a few months. So that is where the lot of staff faculty started moving from place to place as the post-graduation was started in other parts of the country. And gradually, but Pushpanjali madam was back into college. And during the point of time where there was a gap in the department, I went to my principal, Dr. Sheikh Haider Ali sir, and with a sad face, sir, there are no teachers for me. What should I do? So the way he explained things and to me, and he told, being a youngster, you have to take a lot of responsibilities on your shoulder. When you take the responsibilities on shoulder, you have a chance to learn. You make mistakes, I am there to correct you. You take each and every responsibility of the department and do it. And gradually, madam came, and she was a great teacher for me. And even today, I admire her into day-to-day of life, the way she taught me public health dentistry and put me on a right track. And there are 2 important programs that ran during my post-graduation of life. I don't know how many colleges are still practicing it. This is way back in 2003. During my post-graduation life, there was a program that was run by that institute called as a community orientation program, where all the postgraduates are posted in a rural setup, which was 60 to 70 kilometers away from Bangalore. And there was an urban area also selected. A month we are stayed in that place. We did house-to-house survey. We did role plays. We learned how to do street plays. There was social mapping way back after, I mean, I'm telling like close to 18 years, we did social mapping those days. I mean, today, to be honest, we have not practiced it in many of the places where I have worked earlier also, currently also. I mean, not many PGs have got such an exposure. Maybe the plus point is we started working it along with preventive and social medicine those days, and it has given us a help and a learning experience, which I wish we could take it forward to understanding the dynamics of the rural and the urban community.
I think rightly said, sir. The whole community-centered approach is quintessential to learning in our specialty. So we could only relate if, I mean, it could be few experiences, or fortunately, if some of them have benefited from programs and sensitization programs accordingly. So community-centered learning is where you pick it up from, basically. I think that is a very, very good point you raised. I think that must be enforced, effectively, so that you actually learn from the real world, Like the way we see it, public dentistry is real world dentistry. So actually, you have a multitude of factors affecting. So automatically, you get to make sense. So good exposure on that. I think is really to be acknowledged. Sir. Now coming to the role of teachers and mentors. Now some of them have been hugely motivated and inspired, and this is a common feeling. I think I would be speaking for everyone here. We all have had a share of teachers who've continuously, even now, they continue to motivate and inspire us. So if you could just enlist the list of some of your teachers who probably would be happy to know at this platform, who are the reason what you are today. So a little bit of that.
During my undergraduate, to say, I mean, I'm happy and glad and happy to say that. And during my undergraduation, Dr. Arun and Dr. Murali. And when I started internship, definitely Dr. S.S. Hiramat sir, and a few postgraduates who are getting trained under them, especially Dr. Jagannath, Dr. Archana, all these were kind of inspiration, and they taught me public health dentistry. They used to guide. Even today, when I have some doubts relating to specialty, I keep calling them, especially Dr. Jagannath, things like that. And during my post-graduation time, my guide, my mentor, Dr. Hyder Ali sir, Dr. Pushpanjali madam, and you will not believe if I say what kind of corrections madam used to do to me. Even the way I stand, even the body language was corrected many times. Yeah, I was the way she used to put it in a very smart way about my body language, which eventually I corrected. I mean, let me tell you, Dr. Hiramat sir and Dr. Aradhya sir was my mock test examiners. It was a pathetic performance I did at that point of time. I mean, which helped me to correct myself, and I excelled during the postgraduate during my final examination. I secured the highest marks in my college and stood the highest. I mean, those days passing was difficult, and I secured 69.2%. That was really, I mean, tremendous job. Stood second or third in the university ranking. And due course of time, I gradually joined association. My first conference, I met Dr. Ashwath Narayan sir in just before the tsunami. Otherwise, the Chennai conference might have been wiped out. So that's when I met him. Charismatic public health dentist, and down the line, I keep on meeting because I made so many faculty, so many seniors as my friends, and due course of life, I have made very good friends, and every college where I worked, and my special mentor, Dr. Sabitsachi Saha sir, is always there for me. He's, I can say, after my post-graduation, someone from whom I have learned more of administrative skills and being obedient, sincere, and he always corrects me with my tone, what I speak, and the aggressions I show, calming me, all such things. Yes. And definitely there is one gentleman, a grand old gentleman for all of us, Dr. R.K. Bali sir, who believes and respects the constitution of the association is a Bible for us, and you have to strictly follow the constitution. You should not give any leeway or chance for anyone to speak. The way he built the association, the way we will build the constitution and bylaws of the association should be respected. Then there is a more chance for us to grow in the society and in a cleaner fashion.
Correct. Yeah, I think that was really well said. In fact, I was coming to the second part of this interview about how the factors influence. Because for most of us and for most of the people looking at it from the outside, we view that it's a conglomeration of people. Now, we'd like to know from you, Vamshi sir, that what are the inner workings? How do you, what were the challenges you faced when you ascended on to the association as a working member? How different was it, working in teams or working at the national level, and you're marking objectives and prioritizing and all of these things? So could you just describe some experiences with the IBHT and what it is transformed today?
Any success of any association is a teamwork. It is not a one-man show. It is a collective effort of all the members, all of office bearers. There are many times people who are not in the office also will work for you and help you. So fortunately, I worked under the Dr. Aradhya sir, Bali sir, Dr. Hiremat sir, Dr. Ashwath Narayan sir, Dr. Saha sir, Dr. Gopi Krishna sir. All these people were real good mentors and guiding in running the association smoothly. And it was not an easy task at some point of time. Kind of, you mean to say the challenges or adversities you faced along during the due course. In the last 15 years, especially, the way association has grown is tremendous. We have created a mark everywhere. There used to be identity crisis that is wiped out. Today, public dentists are known across the globe, especially we in India itself. We have an institutional presence in 300 plus colleges and 84 colleges as post-graduation, and more to come. And there is one thing most of the people should think beyond the box. We are not only in academics. When it comes to the policy makers, we are the front runners. When you talk about the National Oral Health Program, when you talk about the National Oral Health Policy, when you talk about National Oral Health Cell, when you talk about any event related to oral health care, our public health dentists, the members of the association, and office bearers are participating, and they are contributing enough for the delivering a proper oral health care and preparing a proper documentation or a draft policy making. Yes, coming to the few main challenges initially we faced I entered the association with a mandate. There was a time where many colleges in India were not having the Department of Public Health Dentistry, or the department is run by other specialties. So the main reason was there were no numbers at that time. We were very few. So as the time started, our numbers started increasing, and with help of Dr. Bali sir and office bearers and all the presidents of Dental Council of India and DCI members and executive members, they have helped us in due course of time in building a public health dentistry department in every institution. It was a huge task. We have succeeded a lot, but still there were a few places where we failed. I just quote an example today as a part of Public Health Dentistry Day activity. A good news I would like to share. Our association was constantly working and running in every state to establish a public health dentistry in every institution. R. Ahmed Dental College, West Bengal, 100 years of dentistry past. Today, with the efforts of the association under the leadership of all the senior members, they, on the eve of Public Health Dentistry Day, they started a separate public health dentistry department in R. Ahmed Dental College today. It was inaugurated as per the directions of the Chief Minister of West Bengal. DME have come and inaugurated the department. It is a great news. The frontiers in the northeastern region has opened, and they are assured and guaranteed very soon they will start working for developing public health dentistry department and probably post-graduation in the coming years.
Fantastic news. I think that happens to be a bonus bonanza and a fantastic music to the ears. I think setting up of a specialty, a department in the oldest dental college, about 100 years commemorating. So that's really amazing news. And on the larger perspective, so I think this has been a very I would say active and dynamic involvement. Like they say, associations don't work until people do. So we've been hearing and we've been getting across a lot of information from other specialties and dentistry as a whole. It's in these times that we need to resurrect and to go up, and it makes us all of us really pride on the fact that the IAPHD has been making phenomenal work. From the transformative. Someone like I myself have witnessed, though I've been relatively new to the field, about 3-4 years after post-graduation, we've all witnessed significant tangible changes, be it setting up of the TCC centers, the policy making, it could be even the faculty programs, and even going towards setting up competency-based curriculum standards. I think these are all significant changes which are to be witnessed and appreciated, and there are people working actively for this. So I think IAPHD leads by example, and we're very happy that our association is doing so much of fantastic work. I think, like you mentioned, sir, that given the foundation, I think we got a very strong foundation to work upon. And you and everybody else at IPHT, all of us have been doing a little bit to take this forward. So I think the past might be great. I think the future will be glorious, and that's how IPHT has transformed from various programs and policies, not just to academics as well. A lot of community outreach programs, a lot of recognition and financial assistance in terms for UGs and PGs. So we can sense the presence of our association. I think everybody here in our respective departments, in our own corners of the country, we can see that pulsating at our own end. So I think that's really fantastic work, and you've been witness to a lot of these changes, and that's really amazing to know. So moving on to the next question. I mean, this is related to what kind of structural changes to the main stakeholders, like what can we do to uplift the profession in terms of academics, and in terms of how the students desire for it. How do we strategic measures, what you would recommend to popularize the specialty, to increase the PG intake, and to make sure that it becomes a desirable specialty among, because to be fair, we are not given an honest and a fair comparison to the other specialties, because it's been driven in certain areas. But what would you recommend as at the helm of affairs for the upliftment of a specialty for the students, largely who are the stakeholders?
Yeah. Firstly, I would like to add one component to this. Need of our development of specialty in India and for students are two different questions. For the specialty in India, see, there are the 2 points majorly. When 10 years back, when people started joining public health dentistry, they were looking only at academics. Today, it's a different thing. And even today, the way association worked to increase the number of faculty requirement for dental colleges, you have seen it from 1 to 1 to 1 to 3 for postgraduate it has reached. So there was a creation of jobs at that point of time. And now the revised UG regulations, or the proposed UG regulations that are formulated by Dental Council of India, sent to Ministry of Health, it leads to a chance for 400 to 500 more new recruitments can happen once it gazette notification. It is purely only in the point of academics I am talking. Yeah, coming to the development and students looking beyond what is academics. We have worked on various areas. You have already mentioned few. We have worked on curriculum reforms, strengthening our curriculum and redesigning, reorienting our curriculum suiting to the current scenario. And we have worked on competency-based learning on pars with NMC lines. And there is a team that is already working on it. And regarding curriculum reforms, there is a committee under the leadership of Ashwath Narayan and Dr. Pushpanjali Madam, all. And there is a committee appointed by the Dental Council of India, where Dr. Bali sir is also part of. They have already submitted curriculum reforms to the Dental Council. With some point of time, they'll come, and you will see a drastic changes in the curriculum, where significance of public health dentist is highlighted in the form of an epidemiologist. Our key areas focus on being an epidemiologist and health research, and not only limited to for the prevalence of oral age, but also in the research in the area of emotional and mental well-being, and highlighting the clinical research, clinical trials, and data analytics and management, and we being a part of the disaster management, especially in this COVID scenario, to highlight many of the public health dentists have worked in the war rooms. I'm sure you all, a few people who are participating in this have participated and done their bit in the COVID management. And there is a team extensively from under the guidance and supervision of the president of IPHD and scientific committee chair, working on developing public health dentistry competence. That team is, you will not believe, and even Dr. Panarik sir is a part of it. The way they are, I am just watching what is going on. They are working so many hours are spending on developing competencies which will help for the postgraduates to look up for the public health dentistry as a prime choice when compared to the clinical specialty as well. The competencies people we are talking are, which might come being a health program manager, health epidemiologist, health informationist, health political analyst, health consultants, health administrators, and in the end, the role of academics. So there are so many options, and priorities where a public health dentist can do. These all will help in the upliftment of the subject and specialty in India for the students as well.
Lovely. So I think those were some really pertinent issues being taken up by central core working committees at the IPHT. Again, services of very senior faculty members in that direction. So there has been a concerted and a concrete effort in this direction, which will definitely make the specialty more appealing, more likable by students and everything, so that in the greater good of our specialty. Okay, so before we go on to the next part, I mean, this would in the first part of our interview, and we'd like to have a small musical break at this point of time. After this, I think we have very interesting questions. Mostly would be the out of syllabus, which I was referring to. What movies does Sir watch, and a couple of mischievous instances from his days in PG time, patient hunting, case history taking, all of that. So I'll just keep the suspense going there, and then I think I'd like to request Snehal. I think if you could come on board. Yes. Okay, Dr. Snehal is here. Dr. Snehal is presently preparing for her entrance examinations. She is a student of Babaji Dental College and Hospital, Davangere, and she is here for a special musical rendition all the way from Karwar, I think the wonderful coastal city. Yes, Snehal, so what do you got for us?
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to sing a few songs for you guys. ना कुछ पूछा ना कुछ मांगा, तूने दिल से दिया जो दिया, ना कुछ बोला ना कुछ तोला, मुस्कुरा के दिया जो दिया। तू ही धूप तू ही छाया, तू ही अपना पराया, और कुछ ना जानू बस इतना ही जानू, तुझ में रब दिखता है यारा, मैं क्या करूं, तुझ में रब दिखता है यारा, मैं क्या करूं, सजदे सर झुकता है यारा, मैं क्या करूं, तुझ में रब दिखता है यारा, मैं क्या करूं। ये मोह मोह के धागे तेरी उंगलियों से जा उलझे, ये मोह मोह के धागे तेरी उंगलियों से जा उलझे, कोई टोह टोह ना लागे, किस तरह गिरहाए सुलझे, है रोम रोम एक तारा, है रोम रोम एक तारा, जो बादलों में से गुजरे, ये मोह मोह के धागे तेरी उंगलियों से जा उलझे, तू होगा जरा पागल, तूने मुझको है चुना, तू होगा जरा पागल, तूने मुझको है चुना, कैसे तूने अनकहा सब सुना, तू होगा जरा पागल, तूने मुझको है चुना, हाँ तू दिन सा है मैं रात आना, दोनों मिल जाए शामों की तरह, ये मोह मोह के धागे तेरी उंगलियों से जा उलझे, कोई टोह टोह ना लागे, किस तरह गिरहाए सुलझे, लग जा गले के फिर ये हंसी रात हो न हो, शायद फिर इस जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो, लग जा गले से हमको मिली है आज ये घड़ियां नसीब से, जी भर के देख लीजिए हमको करीब से, फिर आपके नसीब में ये बात हो न हो, शायद फिर इस जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो, लग जा गले से पास आइए कि हम नहीं आएंगे बार बार, बाहें गले में डाल के हम रोले सारे सार, आँखों से फिर ये प्यार की बरसात हो न हो, शायद फिर इस जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो, लग जा गले से थैंक यू।
Beautiful, beautiful. I think a big round of applause, I think, for Snehal, everyone, because that was really, really melodious. I think it just took us back
Thank you,
in
sir.
time for all those splendid songs and the timelines. So thank you so much, Dr. Snehal, for lighting up the evening and giving us a beautiful musical performance. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So now moving on, I think back to our session. Like I said, because we promised that we'll have a couple of questions from out of syllabus for dear Vamshi sir. So, sir, could you just describe, there are these quote unquote near death experiences where I would describe it as you almost got caught, but you got away with it, either from your undergraduation or post-graduation, any one or two instances where you miraculously made out of it. Basically, what I mean is teachers didn't get notice of it. So if you could throw some light on that.
During undergraduation, I was a backbencher. So I still remember Dr. Arun Kumar sir was teaching DM15 days. I was sitting in the last bench, I was just scribbling on the book. So this is the usual habit I used to do. I never used to write what sir used to write on the blackboard. Not only sir, it's others. So one point of time I was scribbling, I didn't notice he was standing right next to me. And he made me write that particular thing 100 times.
Okay, so impositions.
And during my post-graduation time, I sometimes, especially during the cultural fest or the sports fest that is going on in the college, and where I was given limited hours permission, I used to be sports secretary for MS Ramaya during my post-graduation time. So where the point of time where I have not finished my quota of recording the case histories. So in spite of that, my madam told you complete and go wherever you want. I shown her I'm playing the match and things like that and ran away from the department. It did happen.
Okay, I don't know if Pushpanjali ma'am is watching this.
I don't know. No, she did notice that after 2 days later, and she didn't talk to me for a week. So being a student those days, if your teacher doesn't look at you, make eye contact or talk to you, it really, so I corrected myself. It's all mischiefs happens during post-graduation time.
Okay, lovely, lovely. That's a really candid experience. Now, all of us have known our Secretary of IPHT, Vamshi sir, to be working around the clock, schedules, and you're so effective at communicating. And there's always, so I think we have a thing going in our circles that what is our secretary up to right now? So, and then when we be thinking, you would have shot us a mail and we would have got all the details and all of that. So, what do you do otherwise, sir? What do you watch, and what is your favorite? I think you must tell us the web series what you're hooked on to.
Currently, I'm watching.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm watching Queen Gambit.
Okay.
Recently, I just finished Family Man 2 in one night. I started, and I mean during the COVID now, I mean it's becoming the OTT platform extremely addictive. Otherwise, I keep watching a lot of regional language movies. I loved my favorite Kannada film is Mungaru Male.
Oh, nice.
And
nice.
recent Tamil movie is Mr. Mandela, and I watch all Telugu movies and Hindi also. Only the comedy I watch, much not the romantic scene. And when it comes to the English, my favorite movie is Everest. I have plans to go to base camp, and numerous times I watched that movie, and still, I mean, I will definitely make it to the base camp very soon.
Yeah, and you'll definitely shoot us and tell us to plan an activity and send the report at the earliest.
That's a quick guy.
On a lighter note. Anyways,
Yes.
your family, sir, like tell us about because of course we do see pictures and everything, and most of your photographs are usually in solace, constantly mocked by people and everything, but you prefer your solace. So where do you unwind with family vacations and the fortunate place?
I make sure I travel a lot. So being married, and you need to have a balanced life with friends and family as well. So I make a point. I go on one solo trip by myself where I go, and one definite trip with two definite trips with friends, and one without the knowledge of my wife. I do it. That's the three trip I do with the friends, and with wife definitely minimum 2 domestic and 1 international holiday every year. I do.
Okay, nice. So yes, for all of you all thinking that yes, does our secretary unwind? He very surely does, and of course, all of us need that little bit of alone time and me time. I think this has actually paved the way for your professional growth as well. So coming down to a couple of generally before I wind up the session for today, sir, when we talk about the role of public health dentistry, now each of us are doing things accordingly to a set of guidelines and trying to do our bit in advancing the specialty. What would you recommend for the youngsters, like people like us and all who have just completed post-graduation and are trying to look forward, and for the postgraduates who are attending the session, of course, and everybody else that will reach, what is the most important thing that they have to envision for themselves in order to fulfill the vision of the specialty in India?
Okay. First of all, the success mantra for postgraduate students is they have to be socially responsible, responsive, and focus on learning from all possible sources, and a willingness to constantly learn, orientation towards social issues, and includes inclination towards problem solving, and they should be more responsible and take a lead in everything that is not mentioned in the book, and thinking out of box. Especially when they come out after the post graduation, there is so much world to explore. It is not only about working environment in an academic institution. That's the Pandora box has opened. The way our public health dentists are working today, mind-boggling. The way I am seeing the podcast that is developed by few of our, members, what Denzi is running, you are running, and Dropbox. Many innovative thoughts that has come. To name some arenas where our people should explore more into clinical trials and statistical programs and big data management. There's so many people whom I know, even recently passed. 6 months back, working in a companies like Novartis, Quintiles, Paraxel, Virtusa Life Spaces, in the R&D division, all those things. There's so much opening for them, which will definitely have too much growth. So that the key areas they focus during the post-graduation is research methodology and bioethics and evidence-based clinical approach. And those particular areas are there for them to open up into a corporate sector. And as a association where we are working other than these areas is we are building a coalition with international organizations and national organizations. Especially we are working very closely with the National Institute of Disaster Management, and especially the learnings from COVID, the role of disaster management as extremely important. And very soon we are going to develop an MOU. It is almost in draft stage. Draft is also finalized. It will be signed very soon. IAPSD and NIDM. We are going to start some certified courses under the permissions of the respective government authorities. And we are part of, and we are promoting public health dentistry too. And we still have to market public health dentistry well for the government sectors. So what I mean to say is here, the next 5 years down the line, the amount of money and workforce that is going to increase in healthcare will increase to 2 to 3 fold. The way we are seeing, we are falling short of the workforce. And we being a public health personnel, public health dentist, our perspective is also looking as we should project ourselves more of a public health personnel as well, and penetrate deeper into the government healthcare sectors. For that, IAPSD is working. We are starting with certain things. We are going to give representations to the Ministry of Health and IHPS and various public health agencies, and especially if the state governments, we need to convince to incorporate public health dentists at community health center, at least at community health center level, and preferably a public health dentist in PHC or areas like that, which will help our people to penetrate and deliver oral health care services at the community level. And we make a point, would like to make a point at the end, wherever there is a need and opportunity for oral health care advice or oral health care consultation that is required for the governments. We are the front runners in it, and you must be aware, and everyone are aware, that our public health dentists are in the advisory boards, are being the consultants for the government of states and all. It's the preferential job is for public health dentists. So this government sector is one which we need to look into, and the corporate sector, there is too many openings which we need to explore and start tapping it. And I'm sure the future is extremely bright. And even the postgraduates who are passing out, they are exploring in these terms, and they are very, very successful, in fact. And I make it a point that we were there and batting for the betterment of the specialty and for our members at any point of time.
Yes, absolutely. So well said, like a true public health dentist. I think all these career opportunities and everything, various collaborations at key integral areas in various sectors, like you mentioned, the keyword penetration as public health along with the oral health component is the need of the hour. And of course, we have a very, very bright future in this regard.
One more I would like to add.
Yes, please.
Integration of oral health into national health programs. That is extensively that is growing on. And so far, Government of India also already recruited as our people, public health dentistry people, as a consultants for the integration of national oral healthcare to the ongoing national health programs. So Dr. Bali sir, under guidance, our people are already working, especially National Fluorosis, National Tobacco Preventive Program, and National Cancer. These are the three I just named, and there are much more to come in future where we have area to work. And especially tobacco field, if you see March 31st, 2 weeks back, You see everywhere our speakers are everywhere. It's all our speakers who are talking across India, especially you see Vikrant, Arpit, to name a few. Everywhere it is a public health dentist who has explored into the anti-tobacco movement, and we are going to associate with the larger organizations, international organizations like the Union and few arms from anti-tobacco related from PGH, Chandigarh and all. We are started working on those things.
That's really glad to know, sir. I think working on few focus areas, which significantly has already been done with respect to the crusade against tobacco, has been definitely taken ahead by many eminent members from our specialty and association. So that's really good to know and take this forward. Okay, so quickly, I think if we have a Q&A session now, and anybody would like to ask any direct questions, please put in the chat box. And I'd like to request Dr. Bali sir for his thoughts on the session and how he has viewed specifically Dr. Vamshi sir, his interactions along with and address the gathering, sir. Yes, Bali sir, please.
Right from the beginning, hello, can you hear?
Yes, yeah, we can hear, sir, please.
Right from the beginning, we had very, very efficient secretaries of the association. And you can see today, Vamsi, who has given so much elaborate all the activities going on, and whatever it was past and present, both he has covered. It's so nice. There was a time when there was only two seats in the for PG in Bangalore Government Dental College, Bangalore. There were no. I tried my best to have PGs expanded to each and every college, and that time when I was president Dental Council of India for 12.5 years, this was my focus, that all the colleges should have PG departments and PG and PG, so that this specialty becomes a real specialty within all these specialties. Now, there was a great resistance from so many people, which fortunately, I was President Dental Council of India, so many things I could, overruled or ruled. So that was the first thing I can say. And you can just see there were 3 persons where I was the external examiner in the Bangalore, Dr. Hiramat, Aruna Devi, and there was one other. So 3 persons were there when I was the external examiner, because there were no examiner at that time who could go and see that these people are through. So that is how these 3 people were initially, besides 2 or 3 persons were there, like our first secretary, he was there. Now, Dr. Bhatt, who started the MDS in Bangalore, suddenly he left for States and left these people there in the college. So therefore, I was called from here, because at that time I was the only public health postgraduate. So that's why I went there in Bangalore, give little teachings to these 3 people, and then I was the only external examiner, and the other examiner was from the social medicine. They were there. So these people had then motivated everything in the association. Now there was a time when nobody used to go to this specialty because it was considered as non-clinical specialty. But then I converted into a specialty, a postgraduate specialty, where clinical, it is by Dental Council of India now, it is a clinical specialty. That is how people then used to see that they take the admission. That is number one. The name of this specialty was social medicine. So I changed it to public health dentistry. Had great resistance from the other specialties, but I said no, it has to be public health dentistry and not social dentistry. So you can see today that it has become a public health dentistry, and so many colleges have started this specialty as a clinical subject. That is how it was a motivation to all the fresh graduates. This was considered to be the last specialty to be taken by the students, and oral pathology, public health dentistry, and oral medicine. There were three. So I saw that this specialty goes out of this non-clinical and becomes clinical. So I can say this. So we had a great effort, and then association was formed, as I told you earlier, and then it went on, and today I'm so happy that all of you have kept it. Not only that, but more than what it was needed, and all the each and every person in this specialty are so much concerned with this specialty, with all the you can say, looking into the conferences, looking into the seminars, and so on. And today, everybody wants our specialty person to have give us a lecture in the. So this is what I can say. I'm so happy and wish you every success. All the best for you people. Thank you. Carry on.
Thank you, sir.
Okay?
Thank you so
My
much.
blessings are there all with you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I think those were really some heartfelt words from none other than Dr. Kibali, sir. I think that really brought a smile on everybody here and all the public health dentists across the country watching this. It really brings back fond memories of how we nourish something, build on it, and foster the growth into what we have reached today. And of course, the future ahead is going to be bright with everyone doing on the inner workings in this regard. So thank you so much, Dr. Bali, sir. And quickly, I think I'd like to go back to the session. And before we wind up, I think we have a special announcement today from PHD 101, that is Public Health Dentistry 101. So we are really happy that our organization, which is basically few people, public health dentists across the country, dealing with teaching and learning and conducting webinars, was born out of the COVID situation. I remember very vividly last year, I think when the lockdown happened, we were wondering what is the future going to be, how teaching and learning has phenomenally changed. Of course, moving to the online platform, the whole idea behind PHD 101, creating it was to digitize the experience, but to humanize the learning for undergraduates or postgraduates, and try to teach public health dentistry in a more fun and engaging way. So this was a small service from us in line with the efforts by the association. And we were really happy that teachers obliged. In fact, in this whole 1 year, we've had so many webinars and workshops and everything to keep the students motivated, because in these times when students don't get the confines of a college, a classroom, clinics, they tend to feel lost out of the whole process. So we identify that, okay, students have the yearning to learn and to achieve. And it will be really delightful if we could have a platform where we could connect teachers of public health dentistry to students across the country. In that way, we are having a transgressional learning experience, and all of that possible through the digital platform. So in connection with that, I think just have a small presentation, to mentioning, thank you so much, everybody, for making PhD 101. It also happens to be a year of our existence, and so many teachers and so many faculty members, everyone from Dr. Vamshi sir to all the senior teachers who actually helped us develop this platform and enable teaching and learning in this direction. So when we find out in this perspective, I think we do have a new announcement where we are actually going out out of our way, and for the first time ever we are introducing personalized learning modules. So I'd like to ask Vamshi sir to please declare the official launch of this and please brief this about to the audience.
I declare this is officially launched. Wish you all the best, Denzi, for it.
Thank you, sir. So the whole idea, I'll take a couple of minutes and explain that a new customized mentoring training plans what we have is the whole idea to make teaching of public health dentistry for UGs and PGs at a personalized pace. Now, because we have so many dedicated teachers across the country willing to spend some time with the teachers, we firmly believe that any specialty, when it has to advance, it has to be cornered and centered around the students. So like we come across, each student has their own learning curves, their pace, and each one of them is unique. Okay. Now, not everybody can pick up with the pace, and all of us are in positions where we're able to, notice and find out these things. So once you find out this thing we've put together, we've discussed with a lot of teachers and come out with undergraduate models for third year and final year students. So this would be kicking off very soon, and we would be trying to get as many students come in touch with teachers. So this is just a small contribution from our side to the entire common shared vision, where we'll try to be giving out one-hand experience, where we'll give an individual teacher mentor supervisions, assistance for exam-oriented concepts, conducting examinations, having problem-solving exercises, everything, whatever an undergraduate student would require from the basic level of third year's BDS student to final year students would be given to the students, and they will feel that they have teachers to connect. Now, we have all these details coming up, we'll be releasing it, but we thought what day then Public Health Dentistry Day to announce this in that regard. And also for the postgraduates, we do have modules which are focusing more on research-oriented basics and their assistance in various projects, even preparing for the practical examinations, be it Viva, VOCE, be it building up a good public health vocabulary, skill development, even things like writing answers, because I think only when we strengthen our current and our future oral health workforce with more standardized guidelines. Of course, our association is doing that at the helm of affairs. We're just trying to connect the teachers and make this happen. So we really require all of your support. We will be announcing all the details in the subsequent days to come. And thank you so much, Vamshi sir, for taking our time today and giving us all these details accordingly, and said and so on. All our details will be available on our website, where we'll be launching it on a learning management software, where students can connect to teachers across the country. And let's all come together, I think, pledge on this National Public Health Dentistry Day to make the learning quotient of PhD more fun and more engaging and more purposeful. I think at the heart of it, the social consciousness, what we all resonate, I think the pure love for it, I can argue and say that I think no other specialty has got so many committed and passionate individuals. I think all of us here are by choice, and for everyone, our specialty is at the heart of affairs. Everyone, especially when we have someone like Dr. Vamshi sir leading the helm of affairs with the association, doing concentrated efforts, it really makes things more doable and achievable in the future. So thank you so much, Vamshi sir. And closing remarks from your side, and quickly we'll see we can have any of the teachers chip in as well.
Thank you very much, Denzi, for inviting me for this event, and wish you all the best for this new venture you are coming up. And we all will be there to support such a good activity you are doing. And congratulate and wish everyone once again a National Public Health Dentistry Day. And one point I would like to say, a closing note from my thing to the postgraduate students. Nobody gives you anything that you have not earned. If you try hard and doesn't work out of that, that's okay. Nothing is easy in life. You work for it and earn it. Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. I think quickly, I think we can go back to our few eminent teachers. Dr. Hiramat, sir, your closing thoughts on the session, the meetup today we had with so many eminent teachers. It's really heartwarming. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Denji. And at the very outset, I would like to congratulate and thank Dr. Vamsi Krishna Reddy for having elaborated his experience and many activities with the IA PhD from the head office. And he has elaborated the different components of the various scopes can be available for postgraduate students. Directly or indirectly, he has given many pathways to follow and take it up. At the same time, I'm extremely happy and I'm blessed to have today Dr. Bali sir, the one who was the founder member, not only member, and he was like a pillar who built the association from the beginning. And as you said that in 1993, when this association started, only we were the 24 members. Now, if I remember correctly, now it is crossing about 2,200 members. Very strongly has grown. And it was an effort of Dr. Bali sir from the beginning. And I was fortunate and I was blessed to be under him as secretary for 2 terms, of vice president and the president of the association. And every time he has guided, as Vamsi said, that he will not go out of the rule book. And the main point was that nobody should get affected. Justice to be met to each and every situation and each and every person, so that it is indirectly or directly motivation for growing in a better way and facing the life in a more meaningful way and in a more humble way. And I would like to tell that Dr. Denji, that whatever the programs you are conducting since last 1 year, if I remember, it is the most useful, very meaningful, especially during under this pandemic situation, where everyone loses the hopes and the confidence, and especially losing the touch with the subject and the specialty. You are bringing them back to the thing, connecting them with the teachers, connecting them with the various part of the people across the country. And wishing you all the best for your new venture. And once again, thank everybody. Good evening, sir, Bali sir. Very nice, sir. So once again, wishing all of you a very happy Public Dentistry Day and all the best. Stay safe. Thank you. Sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'd like to again thank Hiramat sir for always being the supportive and so encouraging right from how we started off and the larger profession as such. I'd like to ask some of the other faculty members. I think we have Dr. Ramprasad sir on board. Yes, Dr. Ramprasad sir. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Denzi. A real pleasure to participate in this session. Thank you, Dr. Vamsi. It was a very useful and insightful session. And I'm sure many of the participants who have logged in today actually were able to get the details, in the sense, the background details of how things started and what were the issues that you faced when you actually started addressing issues. And very grateful to Bali sir and Hiramat sir also for their very impactful insights and for enabling this learning. Thank you so much, Denzi. It was a very useful session, and warm greetings to each one of you on the National Public Health Dentistry Day. Thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I think that was really, really nice of you to come on board and address everybody here. I think quickly, we could have any of the other younger faculty members. Dr. Imran, I think if he's logged in, because everybody's doing so much of amazing work. Dr. Ayapraj, yes, Dr. Imran.
Yeah. Yep. It's really heartwarming. In fact, it's really nice. I'm really struggling to find words because I have my mentor, Dr. S.S. Hiramat sir and R.K. Bali sir, we have been seeing, and Vamsi sir, who has taken a huge role. And it's really difficult to tell, what are the progress going on in the IA PhD Association. I think tomorrow when I go back to the department, I can tell my PGs that there are a lot of works which is going on, and they can expect a lot of things to change. As we all know, things are not under the carpet. It's a live one-on-one discussion where Vamsi sir took a lot of great questions, answered very patiently. The most positive things to come out is the progress, in the future, what our specialty holds for the future, I think sir has clearly laid out. Kudos to the entire, the IIPHD Association. I would say long live IIPHD, and it's really an honor. Thank you, sir, and thank you, Denzi. You have kept an app program today, and as I told you already, you stole away the program actually, but it's really good. I'm really happy. We should make sure that our people come to know what we are trying to do in our association. Congratulations to everybody, and a big congratulations to Vamsi sir as well.
Thank you, Dr. Imran. I think you've been doing fantastic work there at Yenapoya. Again, we're really happy that it's all these people working discretely in different parts of the country, but coming together for that one common shared vision. I think what I mentioned. I think that was really nice to hear. I think we have a couple of postgraduates. I think we would like to hear from them. Dr. Srinidhi is there. I think a postgraduate from PGI Rohtak. Anybody, you could just share what are your thoughts, because it's important to know what students think of the evolution of the specialty, mainly in terms of how we can see the development as a whole. Any of the other postgraduates or students who'd like to talk and interact, because this is our day. Like I think Anuradha ma'am mentioned, this is our festival of sorts. So I think I can see some of the students. Yes, Dr. Srinidhi. I think she's.
Good evening, one and all the eminent professors, and good evening, Denzi sir. First of all, happy Public Health Dentistry Day, and I'm first year postgraduate student from PGI Rohtak, so I'm just now getting to know about various like fields within this branch. So it was highly enlightening, and thank you so much for this session.
Okay. So yes, any of the other PGs? Yes, Dr. Kainath, go ahead.
Good evening to all the respected teachers, and I'm very nervous. I've written all the notes. I wanted to ask so many things. So first of all, I want to thank each and everyone. I'm a second year postgraduate student from Tirthankar Mahavir Dental College and Research Center. Dr. Thanveer sir and Dr. Pradeep Pangde sir are my guides. I had done my UG under Dr. Bhaskar sir. He was my HOD when I was doing my undergraduate. Sir, I wanted to ask, people call it very silly questions, but I wanted to ask as a point of view of a student. Sir, I am suffering from compassion fatigue since 2 years. When the first case was reported in Wuhan, I was a whistleblower in my university. I was writing letter to the DM. I was trying to raise awareness, but nobody listened to me. Like other department PGs, my family called me crazy. They called me alarmist. They used all sort of words, because I was knowing what a pandemic, endemic, and epidemic is. So I don't know, sir, what was happening in the south, but in the north, people are not taking it seriously at all. So I was like, that Namaste Trump event should not be done. This thing should not be done. This should not be done. I was I was trying to raise awareness in my university. I messaged my principal. Nobody took me seriously. So people call me depressed. People call me alarmist. People call me all the crazy things. I was so sir, I wanted to say how to deal with all these things. We knew what was coming. We knew that there is unequal distribution of resources. How to as a first year postgraduate student, even I don't want to name names. People from my faculty also, they said that you're over smart, you're overreacting, because I was knowing what is happening in Japan. So I was knowing that this will happen. Second wave will come. I was knowing. Nobody paid attention to me, and now people are saying, okay, third wave nahi aayega. In North, I am from a very small town. So I went to market, people are doing marriages, everything is normal. My parents are going to mall. So this irritates me like anything, because I know third wave will come and it will be disastrous.
Right, Kainath. I think the complacency which you rightfully brought on board, I think Vamshi sir would like to answer the...
Kainath Nasser, that is how you are called as? You are from Sambal?
No, sir, Dr. Ariba. Sir, Kainath is my nickname.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Ariba.
Yeah, Ariba. Yes, sir.
Ariba. Okay, Ariba. I remember you. Yes. You are from Sambal, Uttar Pradesh?
Yes, sir.
Acha. See, whatever, I appreciate your enthusiasm and the kind of work you are doing in WhatsApp and helping people. I have seen it during the COVID pandemic times. So there are certain predictions which you are making. It might be true, might not be true. And some places there is no scientific evidence for it. And why are you worried about the people who call you as alarmist or you are harassing? You
Please.
don't worry about the people. You do the good work you are doing and you share your good thoughts to people. You don't worry about people. Nothing will stop you. You don't have to worry about and appreciate the kind of work to just to apprise everyone. She started a group across India helping people who is suffering from COVID, related with regarding the medicine availability, regarding the bed availability, or any IEC material, or whether it is a mask or oxygen supply. She pulled all the postgraduate students across the country and doing it, and we appreciate, and God bless you, child, and you don't worry about what people are bothers you. Happy to see you smile.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so much.
and there is a few more public health dentists in Sambal, and anytime you need any help, I will just connect them to you. They will help you out.
Sir, Dr. Himanshu Punia, sir. Sir, Dr. Vipul, sir.
Hanji,
Sir,
hanji.
Dr. Himanshu Punia is my family friend.
Yes.
Nice to know. I think that brings a smile back on Riva's face. Thank you so much, everybody. I think we've taken too much of time, Vamsi sir. Sorry, I think I went a little late, but thank you so much. I think this is indeed something which I address as something beautiful because we've had the presence of Dr. Bali sir and Dr. Hiramat sir, Dr. Puranik sir, and so many other senior teachers and readers and professors, along with our postgraduates. I think this is very unique of us. And like I said, the amazing potential of public health dentistry is fighting for the dental health needs and requirements of the population. And everyone from my PhD, right from the helm of affairs, from all the executive members, again led by Dr. Vamsi sir, today is a truest celebration of sorts. I think all of us take pride in that, and each of us will work for the betterment of our specialty in this direction. Thank you so much, everybody. Fantastic. I'm at the loss of words. I don't know what to say because it's been overwhelming that people have chipped in, have contributed so much, and taking the specialty forward in various directions. Thank you so much, Vamsi sir. Your closing thoughts, and I think we can wind up the session. So,
thank you everyone for patient listening. And as an association, our prime motto is to uplift the specialty, and we are there anytime for our members. Anytime. I'm just a call away. I don't even have a true caller on my phone. Anyone calls, I pick the phone. But the one question I ask is, are you a member of the association, and what is your life membership number? It doesn't mean we don't come and help the other people also, but our priority is our members and our association people. Thank you, and wish you all the best, and have a great day.
Okay. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Bali sir. Thank you, Hiramat sir. Thank you, all the senior faculty over here.
Thank you, sir. I think we will be seeing everybody soon. Keep the spirit going, all of you. I think that's only going to be better and brighter for a more glorious future. Thank you, everyone, and long live IAPHD and our specialty. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bali sir. Good night.
Thanks to all of you. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, Ram Prasad.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye
so
bye.
much, sir. Thanks a
Thank you,
lot.
sir. Thank
Bye
you, sir.
everyone.
Bye, sir.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.